Yeah, the NFC is wide open. At what cost is the question, of course. But I look at the NFC and who wants this thing? Are we just crowning the Eagles in June? Are we just going to concede and say the Eagles, they bring back a lot of players and they had a great draft and the Eagles did it last year, they're going to do it? Or do you say, let's do what the Eagles did last year when they got A.J. Brown and said, let's bring in a star receiver. Let's go. Look, DeAndre Hopkins is probably the best available free agent on offense. I think the Cowboys have a very big challenge up ahead in that they are changing who's running the offense. I thought Kellen Moore did a fine job. Maybe not the job that they needed to get through in the playoffs, but I thought Kellen Moore's offense has always put up a lot of yards and always did a lot of things. Now Kellen Moore's gone, and we had KJ Wright on the show a couple days back, and he's going through the list, and he's like, look, they've got Michael Gallup, and they've got Brandon Cooks, and I'm like, I haven't seen Brandon Cooks and Michael Gallup tear up the league in the last couple years. One of them's dealing with an injury, another one's been irrelevant in Houston, who put up numbers, but we don't know. Like, DeAndre Hopkins, you add that into the mix, I love that for the Cowboys. I understand that it doesn't make sense fiscally in a lot of ways, but does some of the Cowboys' moves in the past, has that ever been the issue? Aren't they always finding a way to make those hurdles available to be jumped over? I like this fit. I think, and I know Jerry kind of was arm's length, we're good, and we're going to have to pay CeeDee Lamb, and we're going to do all these things. For 2023 with a wide open NFC, I don't think the gap is that far off from the Eagles. You add DeAndre Hopkins, I think that puts the Eagles on notice just a little bit. Yeah, and it's interesting you say that because big-name receiver, it just seems like it fits the Cowboys persona. We talked about it with Odell Beckham Jr. They were interested and we're like, he's the perfect fit to go to the Cowboys and everything. But I look at this situation and DeAndre Hopkins now being a free agent, it seems like every day we're going to pick a team and we're going to say, all right, how about this team go after him? How about that team go after him? Interesting to me is DeAndre Hopkins has been a star receiver in the league since he's been there. We don't know that DeAndre Hopkins wants to go play for the Cowboys. And I know he's a free agent. We can say, oh, well, he may not have the pick of a litter to choose. No, I think he's going to have some options to be able to decide where he wants to go. And the whole conversation came up a few weeks ago, about 2 weeks ago. He was on the I Am Athlete podcast with Brandon Marshall and gave his top 5 quarterbacks that he'd love to play with. And he was asked, he was like, hey, Dak Prescott, what about him? And DeAndre kind of sits back and he gives kind of that Magic Johnson. And he was just like, I ain't gonna be there. Like, DeAndre's like, no, I'm good on that. So we're asking Jerry, hey, how about you guys go all in and you go bring DeAndre Hopkins to the Dallas Cowboys, put the star on his helmet. He can be the guy opposite CeeDee Lamb with Cooks taking the top off the defense. I don't know if that's what DeAndre Hopkins has in his plans of where he wants to go and continue his career. This guy, you can say, all right, we just saw his birthday, just turned 30. The one thing about a guy like Hopkins is his game was never built on speed. It was always built on hands and his ability to make contested catches. So maybe he doesn't get as much separation as he gets older, but I think this guy can still be really effective as a wide receiver, and I don't think the fit is in Dallas.
I'm interested in why, though. Like, your opinion. Why would you go to DeAndre Hopkins and be like, all right, the Cowboys, they just won a playoff game last year. They played Tom Brady's last game ever. They have a Super Bowl winning head coach. They have a great quarterback. They have an owner who'll do anything. They're talented. Yeah. Why don't you want to be there? Do you have a feeling? Why would he sit back for the Cowboys? Dak's really good. The Cowboys are really good. What do you think?
He had a top 5 list of quarterbacks.
I know, but why wouldn't I guess Dak's not a top 5 guy.
And maybe that's what he's looking at. Of like, yeah, Dak is a really good football player, and they've had a really talented roster, and they haven't been able to get it done. So maybe he looks at it as.
But neither have the Bills. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder why he has some sort of Cowboys prejudice or something.
I'd have to watch the clip. I'm not familiar with the reaction, but to have an aversion to Dak Prescott as opposed to 25 other quarterbacks, I think Dak's. I mean, that's my opinion. I think Dak.
I love Dak.
Right? So I think that's a good fit.
Yeah, I do too. I guess he's not feeling it. Maybe there's something about it. I mean, I put him and Lamb out there. I'm like, oh my God, we got some guys right here. I think the Ezekiel Elliott portion of what Jay said is fascinating too. That they haven't closed the door on that. And I think it's good. Like Zeke, I think is really a beloved Cowboy who is a really special player over the last 10 years, but. I've said this for a long time now. I think they made a terrible decision with signing the contract they did, and they did it for reasons that weren't football, that were marketing and fame and all that great. His skills deteriorated. He was clearly the second best running back. However, he was really good at being a goal line running back. He's a really good pass blocker. I think it would be cool if the Cowboys said, Zeke, we love you. I'm not seeing a lot of juice there on the street right now to sign you some big deal. Would you like to come back and be a Cowboy at a fiscally responsible price, and we'll give you a few carries and score some touchdowns? You can jump some kettles. Let's run it back. I think that'd be great. Tony Pollard's the guy, but come in here. We like you. You fit. Dak likes you. I don't know if Zeke's going to do that or if he's still thinking that, the Texans are going to call and give him some big money. I have no idea. But I would like to see him as a Cowboy, and I think if they could offer him a cheap deal in a really specific role, they should do it.
I think it makes sense for him to go back to Cowboys. Can we spin this back to that list conversation we were having? Because his list, DeAndre Hopkins' list was Mahomes, Hurts, Allen, Jackson, Herbert. Also not on that list was his former quarterback, Deshaun Watson, who has already said he has gone to the management there and has made a case to have. So we were talking about, well, how is Dak going to feel? Or maybe he doesn't want to be there. Deshaun's already gone and said he's asked management to go out and get D-Hop. He wasn't on Hopkins' list. And then it's so funny because in this offseason, we were just talking about we love mandatory minicamp because it gives us, like, tangible football to talk about. When there's not stuff out there, right, things are going to be made up. Well, let's just say he signs anywhere right now. Like, maybe it's a team we're not even talking about, and it's a quarterback that's not one of those 5 quarterbacks. What's the first thing that guy's going to... What is the first thing that guy's going to... Just pick me another team. Let's just go Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence. And he signs tomorrow in Jacksonville. The first thing that's going to happen is someone's going to go to Trevor Lawrence and be like, Trevor, how offended are you? Your new star. It's just funny because, like, this list that, like, was maybe innocently put out, like, of course, he's naming some of the best quarterbacks out there in football. If he doesn't go to a team with those 5, it's going to be the first story.
He just tells his quarterback, you were 6. We just didn't get to that point in the interview.
Exactly. I didn't want to, like, ruffle any feathers. Maybe there was another receiver there. Anyway, so I just think that the list thing is interesting, considering when we were asking how Dak would take it. Deshaun apparently was not, didn't hurt his feelings enough to stop him from asking potentially to get D-Hop there.
It's funny. We're in June 6th.
Yep.
And it's the second straight day we've started the show. Like, this might be the summer of D-Hop because I think every time I think of these teams, like early on, I was like, the Bills make a lot of sense. And the more I'm thinking about the Cowboys, I'm like, yes, like go, make this play, be aggressive, bring him in. I just picture the Eagles cakewalking to the Super Bowl right now, and I think of all these other NFC teams, whether it be the Niners, whether it be the Cowboys, and whether it be, the Minnesota Vikings, who already have a first-round wide receiver to go with Justin Jefferson. But it's like, at the right cost, DeAndre Hopkins is such a weapon in the red zone. I would have to think that in the NFC particularly, with that thing being so wide open, one of those teams is going to say, you know what, screw it.
Can I throw out an NFC team?
Yeah.
Detroit Lions. Why, for them.
Especially with Jameson Williams.
Campbell was talking about it recently. Said, I like the guys we have, but he was being a little coy.
Yeah, and, I mean, I remember Bill Belichick, that was his answer. You ever asked about somebody that wasn't on the team? I'm worried about the guys on our roster. I'm not concerned about it.
He's a free agent. He's not even...
But that was the point. Like, so Dan Campbell's saying that, just, all right, well, he's not in the locker room right now, so I don't need to have a discussion about him. But you look at him possibly in Detroit, a team, younger receivers. Jameson Williams obviously has a 6-game suspension. Amon-Ra in the slot. Jared Goff coming back as quarterback. You added some rookies in the running back. Like, you get a guy like him out there, one-on-one, third down, I can get him to rock. I think he would fit in Detroit, too.
The thing is with Detroit, young team, and they're building this culture. You bring in a 31-year-old, 31, not 28, 31-year-old veteran, and you're like, here's this young team of kids who haven't won yet. We're going to plop you in there. I don't know if that's a fit. I look at it as Dak's a made man.
Yeah.
They've got these made men on that Dallas team that have been there around. Maybe not. I don't know.
Wait, he's not a fit. Why in that scenario?
He's a young guy, weird fit.
It's like, here's the older guy who...
But you don't, in some instances, you don't want the older guy for that purpose?
It has to be the right older guys within a locker room when you have a young team. You have to make sure, if I'm coming here young on the show... I was thinking just
wide receiver in general. An older wide receiver going into a young wide receiver's room that's ascending. I don't know if that's... I don't know.
See, I feel like when you really start saying we're trying to contend for something, you need to have a mix of veterans in your locker room to help get you over that hump. I felt like D-Hop's leaving Arizona because they're not a team saying, all right, we're trying to get over the hump right now. But I feel like for a team, when you're really trying to get there, and every team in the NFL is not always at that point where you're like, hey, we just maybe need one more step to get to that Super Bowl. I feel like you do need a mix of veterans because the young guys, you don't know what you don't know, and you need to have somebody there to help that be that guiding light. We'll see.